apps on demand, we think has limitless possibilities. And our strategy has always been any app, over any network connection, to any device. And the hardest ones are to support the devices that have not yet been invented, okay? And because they're coming out all the time. Now there's a new mobile device I want to introduce here to you today, and where we like to see the small light ones that go in our pocket. I'm going to introduce you to the world's largest, heaviest mobile device, and it's built by Ford and Sprint, okay? And it happens to be a truck, a very, very special truck. And to show us this very, very special truck is Glen Benjamin, who's in the business development team at Sprint. And he's down on the show floor because we couldn't get the truck in here, okay? So, hey Glen, how are you doing?
Terrific, Mark. How are you guys up there?
Going great.
Fabulous.
So tell us about this mobile device you're in.
Yeah, it's a kind of a mobile device. What this really is a Ford Work Solutions F-150. It is a smart truck, but let's be real here. This is my office. So basically what has happened is Ford's created this vehicle to enable road warriors like myself to remain productive even when we're away from our office, and this is all completely powered by Sprint mobile broadband wireless services. We've driven this thing all the way from Michigan right here to San Francisco into the expo hall. I had to maneuver very carefully. I had to avoid hurting any of your strategic Citrix sales and marketing people. We didn't want to run anybody over while we were doing all this. I hope you appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
Our pleasure. So one of the things that I did to be productive during my trip is I used Citrix Receiver here. It's built into the dashboard, and I'll show it to you in a second. It is the same Citrix Receiver that you all are using today with all your remote devices. So what I think that would make the most sense, instead of taking you through a boring Excel spreadsheet, let me show you a very cool floor plan if that works for you. So folks, you just need to imagine a bit here that I'm a contractor and I'm working on some kind of AutoCAD drawing. And I want to be able to share some of the changes we have made with the project with some of the coworkers on site. So if we go to the screen here, you'll see that I have a layout of a home that we've been working on. And what I want to do instead of using the home is I'm going to go in and actually look at a floor plan here. And I'm going to do a little bit of a zoom, if you'll give me just a second here. And I'll hit the right button here. And what I want to do is go into a particular piece of the diagram that we've done. And we've made some modifications, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a highlight here. And lo and behold, I can start drilling into the actual application. Again, I'm using Citrix Receiver to make this happen. In theory, I'd be sitting here with my client. We'd be going over the plan, make the changes, and I have a wireless printer connected in here. I'd have the customer sign off on the changes, and literally, we would start the project right now instead of having to go back to the office and make all this happen. On top of all this, the other piece that we use to stay productive is we would use one of these Sprint 4G overdrive hotspots. This will allow 5 of my coworkers right here in the area to share this same connection and perform the same functions on their mobile devices, some of which you've been describing this morning, all using Citrix Receiver and ultimately to remain productive with what they're doing. So finally, Mark, what I'd like to invite you and all your friends upstairs to come on down. You have an invitation to take a test drive of Citrix Receiver working right here on our Sprint and Samsung Citrix Ready devices, as well as the smart truck right here in the expo hall. So you folks come on down when you're done.
That's great, Glen. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.